Yo, what's happening, people? We are live right now, live from the village right now. It is 35 minutes. What am I talking about? It is 8:35 right now, in the PM right now. It is the 8th, right, what am I doing today? It is the 22nd of August, 2022 right now. I'm in London, England right now. It is movie night right now. We're about to watch Fear Street Part 2, 1978 right now. Wagwan, people, wagwan. Let me switch over to this screen. How's everybody doing today? How is everybody doing today on this fine and lovely Monday evening on the 22nd of August at 8:35 in the PMs? But yeah, we are, well, assuming you're watching this live, then that's the time and date right now. You may be watching a replay, and in which case it is not that time and date, or it could be that time, but it's not that date if you're watching a replay. But anyway, it is Fear Street today. So we watched Fear Street, Fear Street Part 1 2 weeks ago, I want to say 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it was pretty cool. I had not seen it before. That was the first time I was watching Fear Street Part 1. This is going to be the first time I'm watching Fear Street Part 2. I really liked Fear Street Part 1 though. That really had me just like into it, you know, the whole thing about the killer and the whole history behind it, when that kid was digging up the history and how it goes back to like 1666. So I'm guessing it kind of goes back a little bit, because it ended with, it was it I forget the lady's name, but C something Banner, they said her name, the one that the only person to survive, you know, because she's after that girl, and they you know, the things chasing the blood and everything else. So the one, they found one, see, I want to say Brenna. I'm sure they'll say it. Hopefully they'll say the name of this one. But yeah, they're chasing her down, and it's like, okay, cool. She was the only one, and then she calls me at the end. It's like, it's not over. It never ends. Yo, what up, Braxton Spivey? Yo, what up, Alan Evans? How's it going today? It is going all right today. It's going all right for me, at least, anyway. I hope it's going all right for you too. What up, Brax? What up, Brax? What up, Evs? What up? No one else is putting a chat right now. What up, gangster? Wagwan Braxton. Yeah, I am in the UKs. Well, I think Alan is in the UKs as well. I don't want to assume, because for all I know, you could have, you know, moved to another country in between the last time you were here and now. So I don't want to assume you're in the UK, but you at least was in the UK. If you're not in the UK anymore, Brax, I'd have to assume you're not in the UK right now. I'd have to assume that you're in Louisiana right now. But that's an assumption. I don't know. Maybe you're somewhere else in the world. Maybe you traveled a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, all good on this end so far. Awesome. Actually, Mr. Alan Evans, I have, if you don't mind, a suggestion, a recommendation, if you will, for your hip hop, old school hip hop channel. And of course, it's up to you. It's your channel. You don't gotta do what if you don't want to do it. But since you're talking about old school hip hop, I think a few good bands to cover, or some artists to cover. All ears. All ears? I don't know if that's good. I mean, you might have trouble walking if you're all ears. I don't know if you can walk on your ears. It might be a bit awkward. But anyway, well, right now in my state, it's raining. Damn, rats and hogs. Okay, we know it rain. Oh, finally. Okay, so you like the rain then? You like the rain by the sounds of it. It's been sunny a lot in lots of parts of the world, methinks. I think you said it was quite sunny over in the Louisiana as well. So yeah, good to have a little rain to kind of cool it down. But yeah, here's some suggestions for you, Mr. Alan Evans, for the old school hip hop channel. I've got a few suggestions, but you know, if you do one or two, or all of them, or none of them, it's entirely up to you. Anyway. So the first suggestion, it would help if I remember their names. Here we go. Naughty by Nature. Like I don't think you've done these ones I'm about to mention. At least I don't think I've seen them on your channel. And if you have, then you know, then you already have, and I just haven't seen it. But Naughty by Nature, they were around in the 90s, and yeah, they were pretty big in the 90s for a good minute. Pretty much any track by Naughty by Nature, but definitely Feel Me Flow is a popular one. OPP. I think that when that came out, everybody was on that OPP. There's another one I can't remember right now. But yeah, Naughty by Nature. Oh, you know about Naughty by Nature? Yeah, cool. Yeah, check him out, Naughty by Nature. Another old school hip hop you might want to check out as well, because I don't think you've done this one either. Oh, you know what? I probably should have written it down myself actually, but I was thinking about them the other day. Oh, I don't think you've done NWA. What up, Sam? What up, Sam? What up, Sam? How's everybody? How you doing today, Sam? How y'all doing? But yeah, I don't think you've done NWA, so they're another one to check out. I'm writing them down. Awesome. And who else was I thinking of? Ice-T. Ice-T, another, that's going back to the 80s, like one of the pioneers of what we now call gangster rap, Ice-T. And of course, like Sugar Hill Gang and, you know, those guys as well. But yeah, those are a few that I was thinking of the other day. But yeah, Feel Me Flow by Naughty by Nature, that was a banger. And OPP, yeah, I mean, I'm sure you've heard these songs. I'd imagine you've probably heard these songs, maybe not for a while, but I imagine you've probably heard a lot of those songs because they were mad popular back in the day, especially OPP. That was like everywhere. Everybody was singing now. Are you an OPP? Yeah, you know me. Are you an OPP? Yeah, you know me. And a lot of their style with Naughty by Nature as well. A lot of their style ended up being somewhat of a what's the word? Like an inspiration, if that's the right word to use. But I don't know. But I don't know if that's the right way to describe it. But yeah, if you look at modern day hip hop now, like how a lot of people rap now, I feel like a lot of that could be traced back to Naughty by Nature. I was listening to them the other day, and I was kind of like, you know what? I feel like Naughty by Nature, maybe they don't get talked about as much these days. Maybe they're not as big as they used to be these days. But I was like, you know what? I feel like a lot of modern hip hop can stem back to that style that they were doing back in the 90s. So yeah, I think that'd be a good one to check out. Out of everything I mentioned, I'd say Naughty by Nature definitely is probably the biggest one I'd recommend the most. But yeah, all of them really, of course. Haven't been outside of US yet. If my ass gets there, one day, man, one day. I'm alright today. Sophie's finally started to get better. Awesome, big up Sophie. Those are great ones. I haven't done a Big L Ultra. Oh yeah, Tribe Called Quest. Yes, Tribe Called Quest. Yeah, they're ones worth checking out as well. Big L, I'll say I'm not overly familiar with, to be honest with you. So I won't. Well, I mean, like, old school hip hop. So I guess you may as well, right? If you're gonna be old school hip hop, but I can't speak on that too much because I don't know too much about Mr. L. But yeah, Tribe Called Quest. They were big, man. They were big. You know what? Also, MC Hammer. And here's another one as well, which this one might be a little bit controversial, actually, but I'm gonna recommend him anyway. Vanilla Ice. That might be a little bit controversial, and I know why it might be a little bit controversial, but I'm going to recommend him anyway, because the fact remains is that when Vanilla Ice dropped Ice Ice Baby and his first album, To The Extreme, before anybody knew that he wasn't paying the royalty fees to Queen, you know, before he started like messing up and hang around with trying to hang around with was it Suge Knight and getting hung out a window and all that kind of stuff. Before all that, before he started acting wild, you know, that tune was big and everybody loved it. You know, everybody loved it. I remember that everybody singing it, you know, when you go to school. It was #1 for the longest time. And yeah, it was just like everybody's radar. Like Vanilla Ice was the man back then. Like he was everywhere for a good minute. Like he even had a movie out, which I have on VHS somewhere. But he had a movie out called Cool as Ice. Like, dude, Naomi Campbell was in that movie. She had a small part in that movie. So yeah, Vanilla Ice was the man back in the day. And I know it's kind of cool to say like, oh, Vanilla Ice sucks, man. Vanilla Ice. That's the kind of cool thing now, right? But back then, Vanilla Ice was cold. got really bad. She had to go to hospital at one point as her temperature went as high as 39. Dropped as low as 33. But she's good now. I was glad to hear she's doing well. Man, that's tough though. 39. Oof. That's like fever territory, isn't it? Because I think like fever is like 38 point something. So that might even be higher than the fever. But yeah, glad it didn't last long. Glad it didn't last long. And hopefully it's all good news from here. But I'll tell you what I've been doing. So this is what I've been doing. I don't know how many people are going to find this exciting, but oh well. These are called fly traps, dual sticky fly traps. So what it is that plants, right, need moist soil to grow. But you know what else likes moist soil? Flies. Flies lay their eggs in moist soil. And when they lay their eggs and they hatch, the flies start eating at the roots of your plants. So yeah, not really good things to have. So you have these are to catch the flies when they come out. But also to treat the soil, you have this. This is called hydrogen peroxide, 3% hydrogen peroxide. You mix this with water, and then you put it on the soil, and that kills off the fly eggs inside the soil. So that's that's what I've been doing. Don't drink this. Don't drink this. It's not a good idea. I mean, it probably won't kill you, to be honest, but even still. 39 is a fever. 33 is too low. Average is 36. I see. Atomic Dog. Bell. Oh yes, Belbert DeVoe. Yes. Kid Frost. Cypress Hill. Yep. Fat Boys. Ice T. Grandmaster Flash. Digital Underground. Yeah, that was Tupac's old band. Kuiper, Eric B, and Rakim. Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick. Too Short, etc. Yeah, those are some good recommendations up there as well, Al. We want to make some notes of some of those that Braxton put up, especially Bell Biv DeVoe. Especially Bell Biv DeVoe. But yeah, glad y'all doing all right. When Vanilla Ice, Beastie Boys, and New Kids on the Block, etc. came out, then white folks didn't know how to act. Beastie Boys did pretty well actually back in the day, as I remember. They kind of started off, they're a bit kind of punky, rocky, and then they kind of gradually moved into more hip hop. I think around about the late 80s, early 90s, started doing a bit more hip hop, and they kind of stuck with that. But yeah, I think they did pretty well as far as I can remember. But then again, I don't know. You might have been seeing a different side from them. So you being a bit closer to their home, I think you might have seen a different side than we saw over here. So, but yeah, I remember New Kids on the Block. They were pretty popular. Vanilla Ice was doing well for a while, but yeah, he messed up. I mean, I think maybe like sort of he was hot for like 3-4 years or something like that. And then after, yeah, I guess he just started messing up, hanging around with the wrong people, trying to act like something he's not or whatever. And yeah, that whole thing with Suge Knight, just oof. Too Short's dope. Cypress Hill. I'm adding them to the list. Awesome. Suge Knight didn't help. Well, Suge Knight held him out of a window and forced him to sign his publishing rights over to him. So yeah, did not help at all. Well, it didn't help Vanilla Ice. He helped himself. But yeah, I don't know what's happened to those publishing rights because I mean, Suge Knight's in prison. I think I don't know if he's still in prison, but he was in prison for a while. And Death Row Records, I think they went out of business, but then they got bought. So who knows what's happening with Vanilla Ice's music? Who knows what's happening with his music now? If anything, I mean, you can find it on streaming platforms, so you can still listen to it. But as far as who owns it goes, I don't know. Maybe some other company bought it by now. Maybe. But yeah, 80s, 90s, there's definitely a lot of hip hop band. Oh yes, that's what else I was thinking of. Will Smith, well, not Will Smith, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. So he's going back in the 80s, 90s, he was going by Fresh Prince, like DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. But yeah, a lot of their 80s stuff, I don't think we heard much over here in the UK back when they released it. I mean, I think unless you were like really hardcore into hip hop, you might have heard some stuff. But as far as I'm aware, I don't think a lot of their 80s stuff made it to the UK in any kind of big way. It weren't really until this show got released that more of their stuff started getting released in the UK, or at least started getting bigger in the UK. But yeah, if you go back to the 80s and check out stuff like Girls the World Ain't Nothing But Trouble, I Think I Can Beat Mike Tyson, a bunch of stuff they were releasing back then, sort of like mid-late 80s or so. But yeah, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, they're ones to check out for like their sort of mid-late 80s, early 90s. Oh, another one as well, Kid and Play, ran about the same sort of time, 80s, early 90s, Kid and Play. But yeah, that's some old school hip hop right there. That's some old school hip hop. And Salt and Pepper at the time, they're pretty hot as well, and they're sort of that same sort of time. Yeah, I read a story about Vanilla Ice getting jumped alongside someone else in January '87. He said one of the attackers has a weapon. Vanilla Ice was on Senior Hall and Senior Kid and Play. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, the guys who did the House Party movies, Kid and Play. They were also rappers as well. Before they did the House Party movies, they were rappers as well. But that House Party movie is a classic, though. Here's a funny thing about a House Party movie. Like, I'm going to assume, by the way, and this is perhaps me being a little bit racist, but I'm going to assume Braxton has seen the House Party movie. Well, not even called The House Party. It's called House Party. Do I have it? I think I have it. In fact, it's right here, actually. There we go. It's actually just called House Party, not The House Party, but still. But yeah, I'm going to assume Braxton has seen House Party, House Party 2, possibly even House Party 3. But I'm going to assume Braxton has seen at least House Party 1 and 2. And the reason why I'm going to assume that is because when I was in school and that movie was coming out, that film was popular. Like, everybody'd seen it. Everybody, like, we used to talk about it, do the dance, the Kid and Play dance, you know, with the feet. Used to try and copy that and, you know, fail miserably, but it was popular. And it wasn't until I left school and, you know, went into like uni and working, and, you know, you go to talk to people about the film and you're like, yeah, like in House Party, right? And I realized how few people outside of, say, the community have actually seen it. And everyone has seen it. Right, there you go, there you go. So few people have actually seen it. But it was popular when I was in school. And I don't know, I mean, I guess there's reasons for that. But yeah, it just seems to me that pretty much every black guy has seen that movie. Like, every black guy in America and the UK at least has seen a House Party, at least House Party and House Party 2 at least, yeah? Outside of that, not too many, it seems. Not too many. I was so shocked when I realized that very few people have actually seen a film. But yeah, this was so popular when I was in school. It was so popular in my school and just with everybody. But outside of that, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to think of this as a niche film because that's how popular it was. Like, but anyway, I would 100% recommend this movie to everyone, black, white, Asian. It don't matter. Everybody should see this film, regardless. If you've not seen it, look it up. You are in for a treat. It is awesome. It's funny. It's on point. It's just a great all-round film. It's got some rapping in it, which is really cool as well. It's not a musical, but it does definitely have some musical type scenes. And yeah, it's just an all-round good, fun, great film. House Party Part 2 as well is also really good. That had a little bit of a more serious edge with House Party Part 2. But still a great film. House Party Part 3 though, that honestly, I mean, if you want to, I can't in all good conscience recommend House Party 3, you know, but yeah, definitely House Party 1 and 2. These are brilliant. House Party 1 and 2 are brilliant. Who's in it? Kid and Play are in it. If you can see there, Kid and Play. Full Force, Robin Harris, rest in peace. But yeah, this was so popular in my school. But yeah, my school was mostly blacks and Asians. And this movie was, and mostly black from that. So yeah, it was a popular amongst the black folk. But apparently, once you get out of school, once you go into uni and work, and you know, things start mixing up a bit more, and you're like, man, nobody's seen this film. Like, how? What? Watch this film. I know we're watching Fear Street today, but I'm still taking the time out to recommend this movie, House Party 1 and House Party 2, starring Kid and Play, Full Force. Robin Harris is not in House Party 2 because he died after this film. But yeah, this fantastic, great. If you like good movies, if you like comedy, if you like just, yeah, I can't recommend this film enough. So yeah, that's, if nothing else, if you take nothing else from today's stream, House Party is a film everybody should watch. Oh, and Martin Lawrence is in it as well. You can see Martin Lawrence in the back there. This is like, not necessarily before he was famous, but you know, before he was big famous. Certainly, it was more like him. He was kind of up and coming at the time. So he's not starred in the film, but yeah, he's in it. He plays a DJ. There he's right at the back. So yeah, long before Bad Boys. Yeah, long before Martin. There you go. There you go. Check out my videos for the last. It's called House Party tonight. Tonight's the night. There's a popular 90s girl group. Oh yeah, that's one. Is that TLC are in that one? I've not seen 3. Oh, sorry, I've not seen 4. Excuse me. I've not seen. No wait, TLC are in part 3 actually. I think TLC are in part 3. Or in 4 as well. I've not seen part 4, but I think IMX are in part 4. IMX, by the way, if you don't know, Marcus Houston, who went on to do You Got Served. Yeah, he was Roger. Remember Roger from Sister Sister? That was Marcus Houston. But yeah, he was in a group called IMX, or Immature. Before they were called IMX, they were called Immature. Then it became IMX. But I think they're in part. Actually, no, they're in part 3. But I think they're more in part 4. But yeah, I've not seen part 4, so I don't know if I want to see it, to be honest. But 1 and 2 definitely, they're brilliant. A couple of late old school comedians in the early films. Yeah, Bernie Mac is in part 3, I think, and Eddie Griffin, I think, is also in part 3. Watch number 1 all the way to 4. Just say you've seen them all. Was that Jeremiah Lawrence Def Jam days? Yeah, I guess that would have been actually. I mean, that came out in 1989. Def Jam, I think, was around about that same sort of time. So yeah, that probably would have been around during the Def Jam days. Yeah, they're in part 3. We'll do Brax. Awesome. There's a rap battle scene in it as well. Tell you, this film has everything. This film has everything. Mark Houston was in part 3, and in 2011 or 2010 he was in a thriller called Somebody Help Me part 1 and 2. Okay, yeah, Marcus Houston did alright for a little while actually. Like his first solo album called MH was what was I gonna say? Yeah, it was pretty good. I was gonna say it was actually pretty good, but I kind of thought that sounds a bit patronizing. It was actually pretty good. No, it was pretty good. Like his first album, MH. When he broke away from IMX and did his own thing, like that album was pretty solid. You know, had one track on it called That Girl, you know, and the video to it had like the kind of, you know, Michael Jackson Thriller kind of vibe to it as well. But yeah, he did alright. I mean, his second album, to be honest, maybe not so much, but his first album was pretty solid. It was pretty solid. So I can find a DVD, maybe on eBay or something. You could probably find it on one of the streaming platforms. I mean, you might have to pay for it, to be honest. I don't think any of them offer a free streaming with it, but you could probably find it on Amazon, where you have to just buy the, you know, stream, or DVD. I don't know, whichever you prefer, really. I'm a creature of convenience, so I'd probably, even though I have it on DVD, I'll probably buy it again to stream it, to watch it on stream, just because, yeah. But yeah, it's a great film, definitely worth watching. But today we are watching Fear Street Parts 2, 1978. That's what we're watching today. So if you haven't already, make sure you get it on 0. We'll start the movie in just a little bit. Start the movie in a moment or two. At least I can watch the movie this time. Awesome. Yeah, I might have to call the first, what, 20-30 minutes. How long was I talking for? Yeah, probably close to about 20 minutes, about 15, 20, 10, maybe about 10-15 minutes of this stream. How much I recommend House Party. It's a great film. If nothing else, if nothing else, that's what I want everybody to take away from this live stream today. If nothing else, you gotta watch House Party. You gotta watch House Party. I'm telling you, it was a shock when I realized how few people seen it. Because if you knew how popular that was in my school, like, man, everybody, it was like the trying to copy the dance moves, you know, quoting the rap lines, you know, everybody was on it. And I come out of school now, and it's like, yeah, man, like, trying to talk about house. I'm dropping House Party references, just assuming people have seen it, and people just looking at me like, what? What? What's that? What's that? Like, have you not seen how? I was flabbergasted. When I tell you I was flabbergasted, realizing how few people have seen it, it's crazy. But yeah, if you've not seen it, definitely, it's like, watch the film. It's a great film. It's a great film. Definitely got some jokes in there that, shall we say, won't pass. It's got some jokes that won't go so well over today. Like I said, that was released in '89. Was it 1990? When was this? I think it was 1990 actually. Yeah, I think it was released in 1990. So early 90s. This came out. Early 90s film. So yeah, some jokes that don't go so well, don't go over so well today, but I think you guys are okay with that. Another no black comedy. Oh, Harlem Nights, yes, that's Eddie Murphy. Robin Harris is in that as well, actually. But yeah, Eddie Murphy. Richard Pryor's in it. I can't remember who else, but yeah, no, I've seen Harlem Nights a while ago, though. A while ago. I don't remember a lot. I think Rick James is in it as well. I think Rick James is in it. I'm not sure. I might be mixing up with another film, actually. But yeah, Harlem Nights, great film. Great film. I can't remember a lot of what happened in it, but I remember it being a great film. It's weird how certain groups miss it. I thought I maybe missed it because I look for horror mostly. Well, I guess that's part of it. I mean, if you mostly stuck with horror movies, and that's not going to fall into that category, right? So yeah, that's I'm sure is going to be a part of why it got missed on your radar. But yeah, it's just weird to me. I mean, it's not weird. I guess I get it. certain films appeal more to some people than they do to others. And plus, not just that, of course, like you say, if you only watch horror movies or mostly just watch horror movies, it's probably not going to come in your recommends either, right? And if people you talk to are mostly watching horror movies, then they just might not have seen it. So it's kind of is what it is. But yeah, it was just such a popular film in growing up, you know, for me and people in my school, and you know, people in the neighborhood and things like that. And it's just such a massively popular film that when I'm hearing about people not seeing it, I'm like, what? It's like, imagine somebody telling you that they haven't seen, I don't know, E.T. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. Like, you've seen E.T. Come on, of course you've seen E.T. Like, what? You've not seen E.T.? It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that. Well, maybe not quite like that, clearly. But that's what it felt like for me. That's what it felt like for me. My mother uses that line from the first house party. I'm from the hood of fresh off a nigger ass. You're making me homesick. Dolomite, way down in the jungle deep. From now on, every little step he takes, going around his bit. Oh, let me not spoil it, man. Let me not spoil it. But mate, the lines I could quote from that film, but let me not spoil it. Let me not spoil it. Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Della Reese, Red Fox, Tommy from Matin, and a couple of others were in it. Most of them ain't around no more. People are stupid today. People forget to step outside with their sense of humor. Indeed, I like comedy also, but back then I only really watched horror. I was watching Airplane yesterday, actually. Airplane from 1980, the old school movie Airplane, and it's like what 42-year-old movie at this point. And boy, if you want to talk about jokes that won't fly anymore, literally. That whole movie is inappropriate jokes. I mean, it's funny. I was laughing the whole way through still, like, but mate, I mean, don't get me wrong. I do think it's a good thing that, of course, you know, we look at things differently now and we understand things differently. Of course, these are good things. But yeah, I do feel like when it comes to comedy or just art in general, there always needs to be an understanding that artists are supposed to push boundaries. Artists are sometimes supposed to make you feel uncomfortable. They're supposed to, you know, get you to laugh at things that, you know, you're not really supposed to be laughing at. You know, that's kind of part of what art is. And it doesn't mean that, you know, you're an evil person or they're encouraging you to do bad things. It's just kind of a look at ourselves, you know, and who we are, the good, the bad, the ugly, and all the complicated things in between, you know. But when you just try to cut it out and say no, you're not growing. You know, we're not growing as people. And yeah, sure, I get it. Like, you know, I get that some things can genuinely be hurtful and harmful. I totally understand that, and not suggesting that people should just do rotten things for the sake of doing rotten things, but this is kind of idea that just because somebody makes a joke about something, that means they're encouraging violence towards that. Bro, come on, man. It's a step taken too far and extreme. And it's like, just because you laugh at a naughty joke, that doesn't mean you support violence. And you know what I mean? Two things can be true at once. And I just feel like we lose that nuance when we try to cut things out and not let artists expand on their art and just let them do what they need to do, which is sometimes they're going to be clean comedy, sometimes it's going to be a little bit naughty, sometimes it's going to be things that you know is bad, but you know we kind of like that toxicity a little bit. You know, humans are complicated. You know, we laugh at, it's like, you know, when somebody falls over and you kind of laugh at it, you're not laughing because you're happy they fall over. It's just a funny situation. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that, the way the brain is sometimes. Laughing at one thing doesn't mean you hate all these things. It's just how we are in that moment in time. And I think we lose that when we just cancel things or don't try to understand things, or, you know, and just like create environments where art can't really be itself and artists can't really, you know, be themselves. And comedy for the longest time has just felt like it's been held back, you know. it's one of the reasons why I really like Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe. It's a recent film that came out, I think, a few months ago. But that's like the first comedy in a long time that I've seen where it's like it did not feel like they were holding back. You know, it felt like they went for it every step of the way. And it's just a great film because of it, you know? So, yeah. I get it. But at the same time, we need space, man. Artists need space. I don't know if you've heard about the rapper The Game did a diss track against Eminem called The Black Slim Shady. It was like 10 minutes long. Yeah, no, I heard about that. I mean, I avoided that track because, I mean, to be honest, I was listening to his album and it wasn't really impressing me. And then I heard about the diss track that was apparently on it, and I was kind of like, I ain't bothered about it. I don't really care for diss tracks these days. It's childish to me. But it kept popping up in my timeline, so I did eventually check out the song. And it's an okay song in terms of like rapping. You know, I think The Game he's good at what he does, right? But the whole diss part of it, like, it just felt pointless. In all honesty, it felt pointless. It felt like he was saying a lot without really saying anything at all. And by the end of it, it's like you can't even call it it's only technically a diss track, you know what I mean? It's like it doesn't feel like a diss track as it mostly just feels like slightly a bit ticked off like over something, but it's not really clear what it's about, why he's doing it, what's even happened. It just felt like 10 minutes of this did not need to happen. Like, it was so pointless. Like, had he kept it just as a regular song, or maybe kept the distance very, very general, it would have been fine, I think. I would have been fine, but because, you know, because like I say, it's a decent enough song. It's just 10 minutes of pointless diss of for no good reason. So, yeah, I wasn't too impressed with that whole thing. Be interested to see if he does battle Pat Stay, though. I mean, I don't think he will, but if he does battle Pat Stay, I'll be interested in that. I think it'd be it'd be a good decision, a bad decision, I think. I mean, I don't think The Game could not beat Pat Stay, I don't think. The Game is as good as a rapper he is. He's not, at least as far as I'm aware, he's not a battle rapper. Not in that kind of sense. I mean, you could do a diss track, I'm sure. Well, maybe not this time around, but, you know, doing diss tracks is not the same as battle rapping, you know, it's a completely different ball game. And as far as I'm aware, I don't think The Game has any battle rap experience, and Pat Stay is a legend in battle rap. So maybe, I mean, it could be a good move. It could be, I mean, definitely could be a lot of money involved, but whether The Game actually does it or not, I doubt it. But if he does do it, I'd want to see it. if he does battle Pat Stay, I'd want to see it. Yeah, when it comes to comedy, people need to shut up. We don't need to be serious. Right, exactly. Find humor in horrific things. It's good coping. Yeah, exactly. The things we find funny aren't necessarily the things that we like in this world. It's just in that situation, in that moment, we could find some humor in it. Surprising to me, at least Dave Chappelle spoke with the attacker who attempted. Oh yeah, I set up all of that. Show. Blazing Saddles, yes, classic. Jefferson Sands for the Sun. Only Django Unchained, etc., etc. I love that show. Would be on screen for at least 2 weeks in this day and age. I don't think Blazing Saddles could be made now for sure. That definitely has some that has some jokes that would not go so well over today. But if you've not seen Blazing Saddles, by the way, that's another film worth checking out. As I'm sold 20,000 units. Seemed like just clout chase. Listen to Eminem just to sell his album. Kind of sucks, to be honest. Eminem came up in the battle rap scene. Yeah, Eminem came up in the battle rap scene. But he hasn't, as far as but I don't think he's done it for a long time though. I mean, I know he keeps up with it. At least it seems he keeps up with it, but he hasn't actually been in a battle rap, I think, for a long time now though. So he came up in the battle rap scene, but can he still battle? I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess that waits to be seen if indeed he ever decides to step back in the ring. But we'll see. But Pat Stay, if you don't know about Pat Stay, by the way, check out Pat Stay's battle raps. Like, that dude is phenomenal as a battle rapper. He's one of the best battle rappers out there, in my opinion. Pat Stay, Disaster, those ones worth checking out. Disaster had a battle with Cannabis like some years back. But yeah, there's I mean, like I said, I don't think the game's gonna battle Pass Day, but it'd be interesting. There was a video today of this crazy lady who is vegan compared meat to the Holocaust. I made. Oh shit. I mean, I guess you can compare them. It wouldn't be a very good comparison, but I mean, I guess technically you could compare anything to anything, right? But yeah, maybe don't. Just because you can do it, don't mean you should do it. I suppose it's one of those things. All right, let's switch over to this screen. We're about to get into Fear Street. I hope you're already on Zero. This is on Netflix, by the way. I should have said that earlier, but there you go. Fear Street Part 2, Night 78. We're going to go on 3, 2, 1, play. So if you're ready, 3, 2, 1, play. Not saying the Holocaust is funny, but the comparison was... I'm gonna have to look that up actually. Maybe check it out after the movie. Was it vegan compares meats to Holocaust? (1978), the year my mother graduated high school. Wow. Oh, there was some brutal kills in that last movie, wasn't there? 1978 is 1 year before I was born. And if you could do math, then that would let you know how old I am. Oh yeah, the girl got possessed at the end, wasn't it? But yeah, they called that lady, and I guess we're gonna hear her story now. The one lady who survived it. I'd rather dispose of those dead bodies. Well, I mean, it's a nicer way of doing it, isn't it? Because it sustains your living, and it gives. And it prevents waste, right? Prevents waste. And, you know, they end up underground. So, you know, it's really a win-win situation when you think about it. High school in 76, 75. Okay. So that's what, about 16 years old-ish? It's happening again. You and my 1/2 brothers are close to the same age. Okay. He's a 40-plus-year-old, huh? I think when I die, I'm gonna donate my body to the butchers. I mean, they'll probably just feed it to the dog, though, to be honest with you. I mean, worse ways you can go. That was Nirvana, wasn't it? Wait, are we still in the 1994 right now? They ain't come back to 1978, have they? Because that TV looks like 1978. Oh, no, it's not Nirvana. No, it's David Bowie. Yes, Nirvana did a copy, a cover. David Bowie did the original. Can't afford a burial. I'm not even sure I'd care. I mean, I guess you'd be dead, so it's like whatever, right? But you know, just throw the body somewhere, let the vultures eat it, you know. 42, 43. All right, cool. Yeah, about the same age. Once you get over 40, though, that chapter of your life is called petty. Just petty AF. Oh wait, no, this is still the 90s. So it wasn't Nirvana then. I'm sure because I say since you look 20-something, let people believe it. Don't tell your actual age. I very rarely correct people when it comes down to it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't lie. If somebody asks me a question, I want to tell them, right? But yes, there's a lot of things I think people assume about me, and I just don't correct them. I'm like, unless I'm asked directly, I very rarely correct people. Part of that is because it's like, I try not to get too involved with what people think of me. You know, because ultimately what people think about you is none of your business, right? And unless they're making it your business, right? Which, you know, that could be an issue. But then a lot of times it's like, you know, just let them think it. Just let them think it. It's not that big a deal. Unless a time comes where I might have to correct them. It doesn't really matter what they think. A lot of times, like these people, they're people that you're never going to see again. You see them once and then never again. And it's like, no plans to turn 40. 40's not so bad, actually. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should... Actually, you know what? No, I think I can say. I think you guys are cool. You guys are cool. Yeah, you guys are cool. But women, in particular, from what I hear, and I'm not going to say whether this is true or not because, you know, but from what I hear, women actually reach their sexual peak in their 40s. So, just saying. While dudes are like already well past their prime, like I think guys peak around like late teens, early 20s, that sort of age. But yeah, women reach their sexual peak in their 40s. So when you see like older women, like with these like younger toy boys, that's part of the reason. Apparently, like I say, I'm not going to say if it's true or not, but this is what I'm hearing. Staying 29. Was it 29 plus VAT? Sadie Sink. was 29, always 29. An age range, the verbal filter comes off and the middle finger becomes what, right. Certain things you just stop caring about as much, I think, as you get older. Just remember that black don't crack. Wow. Close to 40. What was it, 38 now, isn't it? Man turned 38, what, a week ago? 2 weeks ago? Oof. If I could choose a power or ability, it would be to read minds. Or I have X-ray or night vision, because you're on Marvel's 25 day. You're like, I don't know about this person. You know, I don't think I want to know what people are thinking. You know? I mean, it'd be a tempting power to, like, if somebody offered you the power to know what people think, it'd definitely be a tempting thing. Because there are definitely circumstances where I'm like, man, I wonder what this guy's thinking. I wonder what this guy's thinking, da-da-da. But I think in the grand scheme of things, I feel like it'd be more of a burden knowing what people are thinking than, you know what I mean? Like, I think it'd be more of a nuisance than an actual gift. Especially when it's like you got so many different thoughts in your head. Like, you start to, I think after a while, you start to confuse other people's thoughts with your own, and you're not too sure what your thoughts are versus what somebody else's thoughts are. So unless you had some, like, super acute control over it, where you could, like, channel it, turn it on and off as in when you need, just to know what people are thinking, nah, I don't think so. And even if you could turn it on and off, it's like, do you really want to know what somebody else is thinking, though? Like, what will that do for you? Like, once you know. I mean, maybe in lighter circumstances, okay, you know somebody thinks you're an arsehole, maybe you know not to trust certain people and this, that, and the other. But, like, what are you really protecting yourself from? You know? Growth comes from adversity, and if you're constantly avoiding conflict, then are you really grown as a person? So, I don't know, man. I don't think I want to know what people are thinking. $11 days ago. Counting the days. 38 and 11 days. Younger sister turned 35 yesterday. She's a lot younger than me, but I guess I'm winning. Your younger sister is now older than you by 6 years. Wow. Well, since we're running up that hill today, if she could make a deal with God and get to swap their places, I'm just saying, she might do that. Yeah, that melanin. Whereas what? Well, that's where they are. We got our first arse shot. Oh, you start knowing what people are thinking. You seen wish you couldn't. That's what I'm thinking. It's like maybe sometimes it comes in handy, but I feel like most of the time, I don't know, man. I feel like a gift like that would be more of a hindrance than a help. The little goods you get from it wouldn't be worth the amount of crap you got to go through to have it. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Some people think someone's still a high school, junior, senior. Hey, let them think it. Just as long as actual high school girls don't think you're a high schooler, then you're okay. Because that could be a problem. I swear she's playing the same character as she did in Stranger Things, just always in trouble. Maybe this is her Stranger Things prequel. Still, like I said, if I become a villain, I'd have the ability of a snake and other reptiles because my name would be Snake Fiend. Oh, excuse me. All right. Let's figure out what superpower is their most. Let's figure out which superpower has the most amount of benefits with the least amount of. Oh. Yeah, which superpower has the most amount of benefits with the least amount of issues associated with it? Because I'm thinking teleportation. I mean, don't get me wrong, teleportation definitely has its downsides, but I feel like it has the least amount of downsides associated with it. Nurse Lane's having problems. Tell him. So they call her Ziggy though. Is that a nickname? Because I swear her name's like C. Berman. Well, I'd really be a neutral. Not really completely jumping to the side of villains. I'd be doing what's gonna be beneficial for me. Okay. So I guess you'd be staying out of most of like the big stuff and just like really keeping your powers to yourself really. For personal gain. But what if you had the opportunity to help somebody? Would you help them? Or would you just be like, nah, I don't want nobody knowing about my powers, just me. So we have to go for a minute. Nah, it's all good. You gotta do what you gotta do. Appreciate you coming back. Looks like you're back in time for a, oh, maybe not. Well, we might still be back in time for a kill. We'll see. It looks like a kill's about to happen. The way this movie's going up, it's like it's setting up for a brutal kill. Okay. Nurse Lane. She's supposed to be helping people, not killing people. Yeah, we were just asking, by the way, Sam. Which superpower do you think has the most amount of benefits with the least amount of problems associated with it? You could help people charging for it. That's a good idea, actually. But you might want to set up some kind of auto payment system. Kapinski. Yeah, that goes for villains and heroes, and my pals would have been as plain as day because I'd have Snake's features and I wouldn't mind to help the mofo unless they deserve it. Yeah, so I'm not sure, because on one hand, I feel like it'd be cool to be a hero, right? But then, I don't know. Also, like the idea of living a quiet life and not having to have responsibilities like that. I could see the appeal of both. Superpowers might help you with the ladies. Oh, that's a good point, actually. But would it though? I don't know. I mean, I guess it would, but then I don't know. Maybe it just make you feel like you're taking advantage of everybody as well. Because if you got superpowers, you could pretty much have any woman you want. Like, any superpower, if you wanted to, means that you can have any woman you want. But then it's like, yeah, wouldn't you just be, in some form or fashion, taking advantage of most women? Like, you'd have to be like Superman and Lois Lane, where you just like friend zone for the longest time before you do anything. That way you know it's cool. You can't just be out here like dating when you got superpowers. Because you got to be sure that she like just doesn't want you for your powers and isn't dealing with some like deep-rooted daddy issues or something, you know what I mean? Like, screw him. They want you because your powers win-win. Or you could take that attitude. To be honest, I feel like most dudes, if they had superpowers, any superpower, most dudes would just use it to spy on women in the changing room. Like, I feel like that's what most dudes would do. I can't lie, I might even do it myself. Like, I'm not even gonna pretend like I'm above that. Like, it's probably best that I don't have superpowers. I feel like the very first thing I'll be doing is like figuring out how to spy on women changing. Like nah, let me not have superpowers. Let me let's just be a regular person. It's the truth. I mean, it can still be horrible and true at the same time, so. I don't call it taking attitude. I'm just realistic. Well, they only want me because of my power, so. But yeah. If you gave a guy X-ray vision, first thing he's going to do is look through women's clothes. If you gave a guy super speed, first thing he's going to do is run super fast into the room, into the change room while the door's open right before it shuts, and then hide somewhere before anybody sees him. I'm just saying. Most guys, you give any superpower, amongst the first things they do is going to be spying on women. Oh, something wrong with this dude. What would most women do if you gave them a superpower? I feel like most women, if you gave them any superpower, amongst the first things they'll do is like sneak into some celebrity's house and take pictures of them while they're sleeping. And those pictures will never see the light of day. The only pictures that will never get posted on social media. Women do the same to men too. Woman thought a dude was hot. She had X-ray vision. She's checking out his junk before she pays her deposit. Yeah, check out how big the how big she's going to be in debt. As far as kids and babies goes, yeah, I'd have my mutant reptile to defend and protect them and stuff. Okay, so you protect kids and stuff. Okay, cool. It's not all bad then, not all bad. You also told me, oh yeah, I heard about that. Tommy Lee's got to be like 50, 60 something, and he's like flashing his dick on social media. Like, I mean, it's social media, I guess, but seems like an odd choice to make. But hey, I'm not here to judge. Yeah, I guess nobody's seen Tommy Lee's dick since the whole Pamela Anderson sex tape thing. He just wanted to post an update. Like 30 years later, this is what my dick looks like now. Just in case you're wondering. Tommy Lee has no speech. Okay. Okay. I didn't see it, but all right. I'm guessing that means he's shall we say gifted? Only he's gifted. It was okay. So no wrinkles or nothing. He's looking after himself, yeah? Using that cocoa butter. Drinking water. Keeping fit. My power, my power, my power. Hey, that's from The Exorcist. Carry on. Haha. If he looks after it. Alright. Maybe he's trying to get Pamela back. I think Pamela's moved on though. That it's like, dudes, do you know who Tommy Lee is? If you did, it wouldn't be shocking. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like it's his body parts, right? We always talk about, was it body positivity and all that stuff. So it's like, hey, if dude wants to show off himself, then let him do it. You know, nobody's gonna look if we don't want to look. You know what I mean? It's not like he's run up to somebody and just like shoved his dick in their face. You know what I mean? That would be a problem. But if you're following the dude on social media, then, you know, you might see some dicks once in a while. Like that's. Speaking of celebrity dicks, though, I have seen a celebrity's penis in real life. A very famous person. I have seen his dick with my very own eyeballs. And I would tell you, that famous person is in a rock band. And that rock band is called the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And the famous person is called Flea. I have seen Flea, Michael Balzari, bassist in the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I have seen his actual dick in real life. Not on video, not on pictures, not on the internet. With my eyes looking and his dick in front of it. That is a thing that happened in real life. And I appreciate the way I'm telling it. Makes it sound like something completely different than what actually happened. But bottom line is, I have seen Flea's willy in real life. Yo, what up, Belgian Dan? Wagwan. Well, that's a perfect time to show up. Talking about Flea's dick. Yep. How you doing, BD? BD in a place to be. As we watch Fear Street Part 2, 1978. Yeah, the public would say he takes more of a villain route, but he still does good things in the villainous way of thinking, but he's not really a bad guy at heart. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. The misunderstood villain, kinda. My Al is gay, and she said Tommy penis was pretty. Well, I mean, a pretty dick is a pretty dick, right? I think you could always appreciate beauty, even if it's not the type of beauty that you're normally attracted to. I think everybody could appreciate beauty, right? You could always appreciate nice things. You might not want that nice thing inside you, but you can still appreciate nice things, right? We need to hear that story. I tell it after the movie. I tell it after the movie. Yeah, I watched all three. So back on the dick story. It's not much of a story, but I'll say it after the movie. I don't want to get. I don't want to build it up too much just to disappoint you. But I'll tell you after the movie. Oh, what? Oh, there's something else going on, isn't there? I will not sleep tonight if I don't hear that story. Well. Okay, it's a great strategy to keep the viewers watching and build intention. Well, I gotta try and do that whole YouTube thing, right? Get them views. Get them views. Okay. I won't make you wait that long. Yeah, but like I said, it's not much of a story. But it was in 1996. And I remember this year because it was my very first concert that I ever went to. Right, and then part two. And it was the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I went to see Red Hot Chili Peppers live at Wembley Arena in 1976. It was a great concert. And the Red Hot Chili Peppers, just in general, they're very much free with the skin. If you know the Chili Peppers, they like to be shirtless a lot. In a lot of their videos, they don't have their shirts on, things like that. And Flea in particular would often be wearing like a nappy type thing. And he was wearing that on stage. He was wearing some kind of nappy type, not a nappy like a baby nappy, but like it's like a wrapping around your pubic area, like a cloth wrapping type thing. It looks like a nappy, but it's not a nappy. Anyway, he was wearing something like that while I was playing, and then eventually he took that off and he had his bass guitar covering his dick. Oh, yeesh. Bludgeoned with an axe, Tommy got possessed. And as he was playing, and you will get sort of into music, every now and then he'll lift up the bass guitar all the way up, and his dick would be just out in the open, wiggling it around in front of the whole crowd. And yeah, I was in the crowd, and I saw Flea's dick in real life. So it's me and about, I don't know, 20,000 other people, I guess. I don't think they got rid of him. From being willing to bludgeon with an axe. Back to dick. Hey, that's how we do it, man. That's how we do it. Oh, you sure about that? You sure he can't get you? What's in transition? That's how we do it, man. Dicks, axe bludgeoning, dicks. That's how we do it, man. Yo, what up, Frozen G? Frozen G and a place to be. How you doing today, man? How's your day going? How's your day been? I don't think she should do that. I don't think Sheila should go be meeting Will in the bathroom. Good, good, awesome. You know the way. Do you know the way? Do you know the way? There is no way. Do the way. The way is the way. Remember when everybody was saying that? Do you know the way? Do you know the way? Eesh. Oof. It's for cockroaches. Oof. Oh. Cockroaches are pretty harmless though, so that should be fine. I think they're harmless. You saw Killer Show and the Willie sounds like a good night. Oh, it was a great night. It was a great night. Did you watch that? I don't watch it, but no, I saw the comments that you made afterwards about not being 14 stone. But AJ, but he's having a tough time. Yeah, Symes and AJ had a mental breakdown after 5. Alright, see you in a bit, dude. I don't know if he had a mental breakdown. He definitely, I think he was definitely feeling some kind of frustration, but I don't know if that was a breakdown. Well, I don't know, maybe it was. But yeah, he definitely went off on a bit of a tangent. Oh, she believes in a witch now. She believes in it now. Oof, getting tense. Which is good to. What's good to watch on Netflix? Well, this is pretty good. This is Fear Street Part 2. We watched Fear Street Part 1 a few weeks back, and that was really good. So yeah, Fear Street Part 1, Part 2, and probably Part 3 as well, but I haven't watched that one yet. Oh, you've seen it already? Okay. Cuphead. The new Cuphead season just started. Or just dropped rather. So the whole thing just dropped. I've watched about half the episodes so far, and that's pretty good. But the Cuphead show on Netflix. Season 1 was really cool. She's figuring something out. She figures something out. Oh, that's just mean. That's trying to make a good. Trying to make the best of a good bad situation, and man, kids trying to do right by them. I don't know if you heard that. I think it was a bit louder than I thought it was going to be, so I don't know if you heard it, but if you did, apologies for your ears. If you didn't, then don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Oh, no, not the kid. Oh. Yep, I'd do my share of help. Yeah, you gotta feel good once in a while. I think when it comes down to it, there's no such thing as a perfect superpower. Like, they can come in handy at times, but I think over a long term, they'll probably just have them cause more issues than they actually solve. I mean, even teleporting, it's like, do you really want to just teleport everywhere? It sounds super convenient, right? But a lot of the experience and fun and growth is in the journey. I mean, if you just completely cut that out, then still watch the Fresh Prince. I haven't watched it for a while, but yeah, man, good show, man. What's the most you spent your money on? Probably a car. But you wouldn't be late for work. Wow. I mean, I'm not sure never being late for work is a good thing. It's better be before she met Lucas. Oh, it's 1978, so it's got to be, right? So no gold or silver teeth. I never had gold or silver teeth, no. In fact, I've never really had any jewelry. I had a watch once, but I don't know if you could count as jewelry. It was £100 I spent on it. It was like a Timberland watch, and it cost me 100 quid. I had a leather strap, I think. I don't have that watch anymore. Long gone. But I guess if you talk about stuff like that, then yeah, I mean, back in the day, there was a watch I had, some designer clothes that were quite up there as well, but yeah, I don't really do that stuff no more. I think gold and silver teeth are gross. They're not for me. I mean, if I had if I was to get a tooth replacement, I'd want like a regular colored tooth, you know, like a porcelain, I think it is, or whatever colors is like a normal colored tooth. But yeah, gold, silver, any kind of mad color that just stands out like that, I don't think so. Especially if it's near the front as well. I was like, nah, I don't think so. Each their own, but oh, that looks nasty. Don't put your hand in it. I guess you need people in horror movies to do stupid things, otherwise you might not have as good a horror movie. Eesh. Just was it a foot? Bone through the skin as well. Yeah, like Raven, Blade, Spawn, Daredevil, etc. They really have the villainous powers and abilities, but they choose to use them for good deeds. I don't know if Daredevil has villainous powers. I mean, he's blind and has heightened senses. That's not even a superpower, really. That's like normal. Like, blind people generally do have heightened senses. pat her on the face. Did you watch Predator? You talk about 1986, 87 Predator? Oh, you mean that new one, Prey? I mean, I've seen them all, really. So, yeah. Well, I haven't seen them all. No, it's a lie. I haven't seen them all. But, yeah, no, I did watch Prey. Yeah, I watched Prey, yeah. I'm guessing high senses call for into the ability category. Could be wrong. I mean, I guess it's... I mean, I guess it is a... No, I guess it can be an ability. I guess it's not technically a superpower, though. But yeah. Daredevil's probably a bit more heightened than most blind people, I guess. Because, you know, comics. And he was trained by secret ninjas or something. That's the second arse shot now. We counted arse shots, by the way. Horrors and thrillers. The best place to do some dumb shit. Well, I mean, if everybody was like doing the right thing, nobody would get killed, and it'd just be a boring movie. So there is that, right? Watched the documentary, that was good, and I watched the documentary on Netflix about a kid who murdered his dad. So that was good. Oh, I saw it pop up actually. I didn't say it, but yeah. Like something he shot his dad or something like that. Oh, that is brutal. You already know how Black Americans especially operates in those types of films. I don't think there's been a black guy in this movie so far. Well, actually, no, that's not true. There's a guy in the beginning. I think there's one black guy in the 70s bit, but... There's been way too many deaths to say the black guy dies first in this movie, so... There's been way too many. Not even, it wouldn't even be close to first at this point. Yeah, but turns out there was more to the story. He did it, but he had his reasons. But were they good reasons? Justifiable reasons? Was it more like, I don't like the homework you made me do? People dip in, you dip in. If you fall or stumble, that's on you. You know, I heard people say stuff like that. No, you see black people running, then you run too, and I don't know if that's a good idea. Like, if you know where someone's running to, but probably shouldn't just running that direction. See anybody running, it's like, yeah, maybe. For all you know, they could be being chased by the police. It's like, we don't know what's going on. Maybe don't just run because you see somebody running. Self-harming. I don't want to say in case you watch it, but under these circumstances, it wasn't just clear cut. Ashe. Yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah, I say it pops up in my thing, in my recommendations. I figured there was probably more to it than just some kid that killed his dad, because it usually is when it comes to the Netflix documentaries. But now that you say that, I'm kind of like, okay, well, I'm intrigued a little bit. Yeah, that's a good idea. Uh-oh. Oh. Man, this guy's on a rampage, though. This guy is just... Oh, mate. I said Ash in 4th grade when we were on field trip. Those were times and shit. Ash. Is that a person? Or? That kid deserves better. That's all I'll say. Yeah, I think there are definitely some parents out there really horrible. Oh, Ashe. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Ashe. No, I think you spelled it right. You did spell it right. I just didn't read it as that. I realized that's what you're writing, but no, you spelled it right. Ashe. That is correct. The first way you spelled it is correct. I know what it is, but yeah, I just read it different. Because it can also spell Ash. That's the thing. Like that's also spells Ash, but yeah, Ashe. I think it's like I mean, because I don't know exactly what it is, but I think it's some kind of like way of saying thank you. At least that's what I've heard it being used. Like a way of showing gratitude. That's how I've heard people use it, at least anyway. Ashe. Oosh. Okay, Alan was a little older. So, and the song. Yeah. Oish! Ah! Mate. Oof, mate. The lady who was telling us a bit about it made it into a song. Yo, what up, Jakes? What did you miss? Well, you missed Dix. We were talking about Dix earlier. Yeah, I missed that. We were talking about superpowers as well. So yeah, Dix and superpowers is what you missed. The hostile movies was some gory-ish. I ain't seen those actually. I know one of them was on Netflix. What up, Haze? What up, Brax? What up, Haze? What up, Brax? What up, Sam? What up, gangsta? Yeah, we're watching Fear Street Part 2, 1978. We are approximately an hour, 15-ish minutes into the movie. About 30-something minutes to go. And this dude is on a rampage. Excuse me. I think there's 4 hostile movies. Jay Hernandez was in the first one. Jay Hernandez. I don't believe I know who Jay Hernandez is. I think Kane is in the first one, or one of them at least anyway. Kane, the WWE wrestler, or former WWE wrestler. Oh, you gotta. Oh. What was a 50 Cent track called What Up Gangsta? Let's get, yeah, that's it. What Up Gangsta? The album was fire though, like that 50 Cent album, Get Rich Style Trying, that has some banging tracks on it, man. Just good I missed also this movie. It's a good movie, man. Definitely worth checking out if you get a chance, if you've not seen it already. If you've not seen part 1, that's really good too. And then part 3, 1966. Sorry, 1666, excuse me. Have to get to that one, maybe in a couple of weeks. This is cool. I've seen the movie. I've not seen the movie. Nope. Or should I say, nope? I've not seen it. Oh man. But yeah, that film is the reason why Daniel Kaluuya is not in the is not the next Black Panther movie, to do with like scheduling conflicts. So he turned down his Black Panther role to do Nope. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and assume that that's a film worth checking out based off of that. I mean, it's Jordan Peele as well, and he's done some pretty good movies so far. At least out of the ones I've seen anyway. But just the fact that somebody would turn down a role in Black Panther to do this movie. It's like, yeah, you're not turning down a role in Black Panther to do some crappy movie. You know what I mean? Like, you're turning it down for something that you know is like, okay, this is going to be something good, something special. So, I'd have to get around to saying Nope. Say yes to Nope. Patiently Waiting. That's a good one. Shady Records is 80 seconds away from the towers, and cows fought with the wrong, but I was supposed to hit ours. Can't wait to hear your thoughts on it when you finally say, oh, you see, okay. I think it's out in cinemas now, isn't it? Or is it out soon? I guess it must be out now if you've seen it. It must be out now, right? Well, I mean, I don't know, you might have seen like a pre-release or something. Don't assume, don't assume. He's in the New Day, Magnum PI. Oh, what's this? Here's Johnny. He's in the New Day, Magnum PI. Terrorist, he was quarantined in 2008. Lakeview Terrorist, he was 2001 movie. Crazy Beautiful with Kirsten Dunst. That was another popular movie with youngsters. Were you talking about Kane, by the way? Oh, no, I mean Jay Hernandez. Oh, mate. Oh, Ziggy. Man, how many times is Vecna going to get this girl? hope Sadie Sink is getting therapy. Because I don't mean to assume. Oh, shit. Look at that. Because I don't know how old she is. I guess she's about 18, 19. She's a young girl. Between this and Stranger Things, I'm going to guess she needs therapy. Okay. You get him? Did you get him? What's up with you? Because much more than once. All right. When I asked white people to not go to see Black Panther opening weekend, and if you have tickets to give it to your poor black people, I was like, okay, I ain't planning on. I think that was like the first one. I think I heard about something like that. They were like, when's it appropriate to go see? But shut the fuck. Like, go see the movie if you want to see the movie. Don't if you don't. People some dumb shit about when's it appropriate for what? Let's just go. Flipping out, man. See, also, I'm respecting your wishes and saving money. I'll call it a win. If you've not seen Black Panther, by the way, it's a good movie. Definitely worth checking out. I would say, honestly, in my opinion, it's one of the best MCU movies out there. But yeah, I remember also that nonsense around at the time when they're like, white people aren't supposed to see it on opening week. It was like, just stupid. That's just stupid. It's like, how can you talk about you want to support black movies? And I wouldn't consider Black Panther to be a black movie. Not that there is such a thing as a black movie. You want to really get technical. Movies are just movies, right? But if you're going to go into that kind of thing, Black Panther is a film created and funded by mostly white people that features British and American people putting on fake African accents, you know. And cool. I like I say, it's one of the best movies in the MCU. But let's not pretend like it's this staple of black cinema. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a good film. It's a great film. Let's not pretend it's more than what it is. Oh, she found the hand. Those in the same states. I believe she said white people should give up their tickets. That's just silly, isn't it? Like, what was if people actually did that? Like, that movie would have flopped opening weekend. Well, maybe not flops. Actually, to be fair, probably might not have flopped, but it certainly wouldn't have done as well as it did. Oh, it needs to get alive. I can't believe she came out with such an nice. Excuse me. I'm watching a bit of TMZ right now. Paris Robert. Blood will fall. bored with their lives. Yep. I think that's a big part of that. It's true. Miserable people trying to spread their misery. Let's through the movie. It's for everyone to watch. Because it's black entertainment, so it's gonna mainly kids to blacks, and I like the song at the epilogue of Black Panther. I forgot its name. I'll find it. And when you play this, you know, I'm not sure that Black Panther is black entertainment. To be honest with you, I mean, yeah, it is a predominantly black cast, sure, and it is based around this fictional African culture, which is based on real African cultures, sure. But ultimately, it is a Hollywood movie. Like, at the end of the day, it is a Hollywood movie, you know, and they spent some $200 million making it. They want as many people to see that film as possible. You know what I mean? When they put that film out, they not going to care about the skin color of the people buying tickets. They want as many people to watch it as possible. And they want as many people to enjoy it as possible. And of course, not everybody is going to enjoy it. That's a whole other thing in itself. But fundamentally, that's what you want. When you're making a movie of that kind of magnitude, you're not making it for a small audience. You're making it so that as many people as possible can watch it and enjoy it and talk about it and whatever. Movie some people always want to make about race. I don't mean to be rude, but these movies are made to make millions in order to make the kind of money you need people of all races to be watching it. Well, exactly. I mean, sure. I mean, if you see a film... Oh, no. Oh, no. Ugh. I mean, yeah, if you see the film, then, I mean, you'll see that I feel like they definitely do well in terms of, I mean, considering it is a fictional country, you know, I think they've done pretty well in representing this fictional African country in a way that it feels like it could be a real place, you know, it feels authentic. So I think they've done well in terms of that sort of thing, like representing a culture. But yeah, I mean, just because it represents that doesn't mean only those people can watch it. I mean, it just means they're representing that in a movie. But bottom line is, anybody can watch it. Anybody can enjoy it. Anybody can get something from it. Mate, that thing. I'm being rude, just saying facts. That's not for blacks only, like Crazy Rich Asians catered to the Far East community, but it wasn't for Asians only to take interest. I haven't seen that yet, actually, but I've heard that's pretty good, actually. Crazy Rich Asians. But yeah, I mean, a film could represent a particular part of the world. In fact, most films would generally represent a particular part of the world or a particular section, a particular community. But that doesn't mean that only people from that community can watch it, you know? Even small films, like anybody can watch them, anybody can enjoy them. And there are certainly films that are made more specifically for a type of audience, and that's fine to do as well. But certainly when you're making a film at the kind of budget that Black Panther and a lot of those Marvel movies are being made, you want as many people to watch it as possible. Do you know what I mean? You want as many people to watch it and watch it again and buy it and all that sort of stuff as possible. Man, we got this Michael Myers wannabe. Oh no. She sacrificed herself. Ugh. Ugh. That woman, when she goes to watch that movie, she was still go over to Shiki. Oh wait, did I get her? No, they got Sadie. No. Oh. Oh. Wait, she's still breathing though. Oh wait, not anymore. Oof. My Panther was mainly African, like you said, so it was really more uplifting pride for film for you since you're. Okay, well, let's not assume things. You're African, that's uplifting. Come on, man. I likes the film, but like I said before, it's like, let's not pretend it's more than what it is. It's a good movie. It's one of the best in the series. But best believe I was not in the cinema thinking, like, this is black culture and I'm so proud to be. Nah, come on, man. It's a film. It's a good film. It's a great film. It's a good story. All of that. And I feel they do a good job of representing this culture. But end of the day, it's a film that is, you know, it's funded by a mostly white organization. This is not something that I'm watching like this is the pinnacle of, you know, black cinema. It's not. You know what I mean? It's like I said, it's a good film, one of my favorites, but I'm not in a cinema. Actually, to be fair, I actually did wear dashiki to watch Black Panther, but still, that's just, you know, part of the fun. But yeah, I'm not like, this makes me so proud to be African. I was like, nah, come on. It's not that. It's not like that. It's not like that. Killmonger was the, yeah, I think he was the only American character, black American character. He's not the only black American actor. They're not gonna put a fist when I enter this. Right. Yeah, it was used as an example. I haven't seen Great Next either. I've heard it's good, so I might check it out eventually, but yeah. Young's character is half African, half American, but royal and a half to his mother's side. A lot of people upset over the casting of Ariel. I really don't care as long as they care. Oh right, yeah. Halle from Halle and Berry, Chloe and Halle, Halle Bailey from Chloe and Halle playing Ariel. Wait, did I miss something? Did she? I swear she died, didn't she? Did I just miss something? I swear they all died. Didn't Ziggy die? Because C. Burma's not Ziggy, is she? There's nothing more than a business. They don't care about culture. They care about money. I think at the upper ends, that's true. You know, in like the producer end. I do think that there are people on the more creative sides that do care about, you know, culture and, you know, some of the ground level things. But yeah, certainly when you start getting into the producer level executives and things like that, they only care as much as they need to care to get people to go to the cinema. You know what I mean? At that level for sure. She lived. She's late in the story. Because that's what I thought in the beginning, that Ziggy is C. Berman. But she got smacked up pretty badly with that axe, didn't she? Now, Dennis Rodman is planning to go to Russia to attempt to get Brittany Griner free. Oh, okay. Well, good luck. Yeah, his capital was, but the cost was a mixture. Yeah. Guarantee some people will do that, trust me. Apparently some people did. Turn up at the cinema in like full militant gear. Oh shit. I think it's his first time doing it. She got busted over a vape or something like that? Don't bleed on the hand, Dina. Cover your nose. Oh wait, what's going on? That's Dina. But that's so now we go back to 1666. Yeah, because I thought in the beginning that Ziggy was C. Berman, but the way like, oh wait, there she is. Sadie sank way back in 1666. They all there. It's probably just easier to recast the same people. The origin. Or fear. But yeah, I was thinking C. Berman was Ziggy, but the way that Ziggy got smacked up with that axe at the end, I was like, and she was getting eaten as well. So it's like, how do you survive that? Fear Street. I just realized something. Fear, F-E-A-R, right? Fear Street. But then Sarah Fear, F-I-E-R. It's the same name. Well, the same sound. So it's like Fear Street. It's, you know, Sarah Fear Street. Though maybe Fear Town might have been more appropriate. Vape cartridges, okay. Alright, let me catch up with chat a little bit because I think I missed some stuff. Appreciate you guys keeping it lively. But yeah, I think I missed some stuff in the chat. Okay, no, I think I actually caught up with the chat actually. No, I think we could. I think we could. Okay, cool, cool, cool. But yeah, you know, I liked that. I liked that was Fair Street Part 2 from 1978. I like that story. I liked how it's going backwards and going forwards at the same time. That's a really cool way of storytelling. So it started in 1994, but then at the end, when they find the one person who survived it, and she tells her story of what happened in 1978. So now we get a bit more of a fleshing out of Sarah Fear and the curse and the witch and everything else and what happened there. They found a body in 1994. They found a hand in 1978. Now they've reunited the hand and the body. The hand with the body. It's like, oh, have they actually ended it though? Because now we're going back to 1666 where it all began. So, but it seems like their 1994 consciousness are in the 1666 bodies. That's what it seems like they're going for. No spoilers if you've seen it already, but because the way she was like looking in the walls, they're looking at her own reflection, you know, kind of like a quantum leap, like that. So it's their normal consciousness, but in the 1666 bodies of Sarah Fair and everybody else. So possibly that's what they're going for. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I'm digging this so far. I'm digging this. Definitely some brutal kills in there, which I appreciate for a horror movie. Definitely some moves, some kills that had me like a little bit. So yeah. Oh, let me go hand. Yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. There was a show called Slasher. There is 4 seasons. Each season tells a different story, but they use the same cast to play different characters. It was decent, but season 2 was probably the best season. Okay. I mean, it makes sense from a production point of view to just use the same cast, because yeah, it's easy. They're already there, and it's just kind of easier, right? And plus, it gives the audience something to kind of like familiarity. So I get it. I ain't mad at it. Compare serials. Oh, what was my face? It had that classic 70s vibe. Yeah, the killer, or the main killer, Tommy, just going around with that axe, and it was just brutal. He didn't spare nobody, no kids, no women, no men, nobody. It was just like brutal. It was like he had a face, but he was almost faceless, you know. So it kind of had like Michael Myers, but you know, doesn't walk, that walks faster. Like Michael Myers is a slow walker, But imagine Michael Myers walks a bit faster, but still has that singular determination to kill. Doesn't talk or anything, just does what he's gonna do. That's how he came across to me. So yeah. Oh. But yeah, that was Fear Street. Fear Street Part 2, 1978. So yeah, I think we do Fear Street Part 3 in a few weeks, maybe 2 or 3 weeks. Go back to how it all began. Sleep Sway Camp. Don't think I've seen Sleep Sway Camp. I'm not even sure I've even heard of that, Sleep Sway Camp. But yeah, Friday the 13th, yes. Yes. I don't think I've heard of Sleep Sway Camp. Apparently it's a whole franchise from 1983. There's a bunch of these, actually. There's what? 6? Looks like there's at least 6 movies. Starting in 1983. And the last one doesn't even say. Drake Bell. He's in one of them. Drake Bell, you know. Well, he's in the first one. Okay. Well, you know what? That just might be another series we might have to start for movie night at some point. But okay. Imagine Michael Myers doing the moonwalk. You've been struck by, you've been hit by a smooth criminal. Literally. But yeah, that was a good movie, man. I like that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it too. If anybody watching it for the first time, hopefully you enjoyed it. But if you didn't, you know, hope you still had some fun on the stream anyway. But yeah, let's put that over here. Let's put that over here. You could do Scream also. Yeah, Scream. That's on Paramount Plus. So for those who have Paramount Plus, I think they got all the Scream movies on Paramount Plus. Yeah, Scream 1997, Paramount Plus. Scream 2, Scream 3, Scream 4. Well, actually, that's not Paramount Plus. That's just regular. Scream 5. I have it. They do. Yeah, it looks like they got all of them except Scream 4 is the only one they don't have on Paramount Plus. That one you got to buy separately, or buy or rent separately. But other than that, yeah, they're on Paramount Plus. Or you know, you could just buy or rent them as if you want to, Yeah, Scream 4's the only one on Netflix. You know what I noticed actually? There was a Scream series. Wait, excuse me. There was a Scream series produced by Netflix, and for some strange reason, it is not on Netflix anymore. Like, I was searching for it today, and I noticed that the Scream series is not on Netflix. It was produced by Netflix, and it's no longer on Netflix. So I don't know why. Like, you'd think a show produced by a platform would always be on that platform. That's one of the reasons why they're producing their own shows, so they don't have to take them off, right? Because their license never runs out. So I don't know if they sold it or what, but yeah, Scream series produced by Netflix is no longer available on Netflix. It's just Scream 4. That's it. Scream 4 and Scary Movie as the parody. Group of guys came of their group, the Slash Street Boys. They just I know that group. I know of them. They do like parodies, and they dress up as like the killers, like Jason and Michael Myers, and you know, I'll Kill You That Way. They got songs like that. I'll kill you that way. Yeah, I know about Slash. Yeah, they're pretty cool. It's I mean, Slash Street Boys is actually one of their parodies. They actually do a whole bunch of parodies with different names, but the group is called something else. I can't remember what they're actually called. But yeah, I know who you're talking about. I'm aware of them. I know them. I just can't remember their actual properly group name right now. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Let me see if I can find that real quick. The Merkins, that's it. So yeah, the Merkins. They're actually called the Merkins, but yeah, they'll do things like Slash Street Boys and a bunch of other stuff as well. I think Slash Street Boys is probably amongst their more popular ones that they do. It was okay, but you're not missing much. Yeah, I think it was probably not that good. I was just more surprised that they actually took it off their own platform. Like, if they produced a show and they took it off their own platform, like, how bad must that show been? if the people who produced it were like, nah, let's pretend we didn't do this. Just quietly remove it. It must have been pretty bad, I'm guessing. But hey, I still like to see it at some point. I mean, I wasn't exactly dying to see it or nothing, but you know, maybe we'll watch that eventually. I don't know how Michael or Jason can sing or drop a bar because they ain't supposed to speak. Well, sometimes the music just overtakes you. Oh yeah, there was something I was supposed to check out. Sam, you were saying something, I think, and I said I was gonna check it out after the movie, but now I can't remember what it was. Sorry. I remember I was supposed to check something out, and I remember it was something about something you said, but now I can't remember what I said I was gonna check out. Do you remember? Does anybody remember? If not, then oh well. I guess it's not that big a deal. Maybe at some point I might remember. The first series was okay. Had some good deaths. Second was boring. Oh, they actually did 2 seasons with it. Okay. Scream. Scream louder. Scream more. 1 minute. Let me find her name. Alright. Let me see. Let me go back in the chat a little bit. See if there's near the beginning. I do remember though. Y'all go check out House Party. That's the rule. That's the one rule for today's stream. If nothing else, you got to check out House Party. channel is called. Oh yes, that was a vegan thing. Yes. So was it a vegan teacher? All right, let's see here. The vegan teacher, and it was about okay, I found the channel. Oh wait, I think I've seen this lady. I've seen this lady before. I mean, I've only seen her on other people's channels though. Like AverMedia did a video. I don't know if you know AverMedia, but they do like reaction videos and that sort of thing. And one of her videos was one that they covered. It was like she did a response to one of their videos, and they did a response to the video. Yeah, it was like that. But yeah, no, I've seen this lady before. Okay, so it was a video. Was it about compares meats to the Holocaust? This probably wasn't a recent video. Let's see here. Oh, they are. Yeah, they're alright though. I watch their videos from time to time. I watch their videos from time to time. They're alright. They make some decent content. That vegan teacher compares eating meats to the Holocaust. I don't know if this is the... Looks like what somebody's response actually. Yeah, that's somebody's response. Actually, there might be a link. And no, there isn't. If it looks like a kid's channel, let me come off this. I ain't trying to get a nobody's watch list. Vegans try meat for the first time. No, it isn't. Meets the racist Holocaust denying vegan teacher. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm finding her actual video. But there's a lot of like responses to her stuff. And I guess other people aren't too impressed with her either. So I don't know, maybe I should do that whole thing about responding to dumbass people on YouTube, cussing them out. I don't know. I think I could get a few views doing that. Maybe make a tenner. Yeah, there's a bunch of people responding to her video. I can't find her actual video, but oh well. Oh well. I saw in a random video on her channel where she answers your questions. There was even a song. In the song, she compared it to the Holocaust. Oh, she be crazy. She be crazy. The thing is, yeah, and I ain't got no problem with anybody who whatever diet they want to have, you know, that's your business, right? But here's what I think. And granted, I realize I am a novice, I am an amateur, I am inexperienced with a lot of things, and I am just some guy on the internet. My opinion is not worth more than anybody else's. In fact, it's probably worth a lot less than most people's, quite frankly. So bear that in mind. Bear that in mind. But here's what I think. It is possible to live a nutritious, healthy life on a vegan diet. It is possible. However, to do it requires a lot of discipline, because when you consider that if you are not eating meat or dairy or anything like that, you still need to get protein. And when it comes to vegetables, there's not a whole lot of choices when it comes to protein. You know, there's beans, like, you know, various beans and things like that. But it's not a wild variety of choice, right? So, like I said, you can do it. You can still get your protein. But you're eating pretty much the same sorts of foods all the time. And that requires a lot of discipline, like to be able to do that. To stick to the same sort. I mean, you got choice in terms of, like, you know, you can mix things up and this, that, and the other. But when it comes to, like, the essential nutrients, you know, you are eating a lot of the same sorts of things all the time. All right. And to do that, yeah, requires a lot of discipline. And I think when you have, when you get your mind into that kind of state where you are so strict on what you can eat, to me, it feels like it shouldn't be a surprise that vegans tend to lean towards the crazy side. You know, like, I know not all vegans are crazy. I know that, but you know, when you do meet the ones that are, and it's quite a few, you know, it shouldn't really be that much of a surprise, because, like, to be in that kind of mental state where you have put your mind and dedicated to eating just these foods over and over again, like, imagine eating rice every day. Like, I like rice. You guys probably like rice too. But imagine eating nothing but rice every day. And not even like with any sauce, just rice, plain rice. No sauce, no nothing, every day. It can be done, but it requires a lot of discipline. And to get yourself to do that, like, the things you're going to have to tell yourself, it's healthy, it's better, I'm better, I'm better. The things you have to tell yourself over and over again to do that. The things you have to convince yourself to believe to do that. You know, that you're doing it for all these good reasons, that you're morally just, you're morally better than everybody else who eats meat. You know, that's the reason why you do it. And you convince yourself over and over again that that makes you a better person. It shouldn't be a surprise that a number of vegans tend to lean towards the crazy side. And when you see them on YouTube or whatever, you know, I mean, to be honest, you got to be a little bit crazy to even be on YouTube in the first place. On top of that, you're vegan as well. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, nobody should be surprised by the craziness, is what I'm saying. Nobody should be surprised by that level of craziness. But hey, like I said, I'm just some guy on the internet. Plants are the one thing. Also, some of the animals they claim to love eat those plants you're eating. The animals' food. Exactly. They're eating the animals' food. What animals gonna eat if we all ate animals' food? What a rabbit's gonna eat if we all ate lettuce and carrots? Subway in Tokyo. I mean, it could be done. That's the thing. It could be. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it, but it can be done, right? It can be done. And you know, you'd have to have a mental state that just convinces yourself you're doing the right thing in order to do it. You know, anything that gets tough in life, right? Anything that has its difficulties, there's a part of you that has to convince yourself of the reasons you're doing it. And it's like there's most of us, I should say, don't have any kind of moral issue with eating meat. Now, I would say, in all honesty, I think a lot of us, myself included, probably eat too much meat. And I think that could definitely potentially be an issue, especially when it comes to like agriculture and how that affects environment. So yeah, I would agree with that statement. Anytime I heard a vegan or anybody say that yeah, that I think some of us probably eat too much meat. But the answer isn't the extreme of not eating meat and animal products, dairy. I don't think that's the answer. I think it's more about finding a better balance between meat and non-meat foods. Not cut one out completely and convince yourself that you're doing the right thing by not eating these animals, or not eating, not even eggs, not even like, cheese, nothing, no milk. So yeah, your basis of essential nutrients are very limited. There's a lot of different things you could eat as a vegan for sure, but when it comes to your essential nutrients, it's limited. It is very limited. And you can't just eat like and not have no protein in your diet. You'd have a protein deficiency, and that's no good. You gotta have protein. You gotta have like essential fats. You gotta have these things in your diet. Calcium, for bones. You gotta have these things in your diet. Various vitamins, So when it comes to your essential nutrients, as a vegan, yeah, your options are very, very limited. So I'm not saying it can't be done. It can be done. I just feel like in order to do it, the mental state you got to be in, it leans towards that crazy side of thinking. It's like when you meet somebody who's really good at something, like exceptionally good at something, and they're not you find that they're not really a good person to talk to. Like they're very kind of what's the word? Like they're not very, like, they're not very people-y. That's not even the right word. You know what I mean? They're just like they're like these exceptionally really good at something, but when it comes to just talking to people, they're no good at it. It shouldn't surprise people. Like, to be that good at something, you're not spending a lot of time with people. You're not learning about social cues and society and culture and community and things like that. To get that good at anything, the time that you have to spend on your own doing nothing but that thing to get that good at it, it shouldn't surprise anybody that a lot of times these geniuses, these people who we call geniuses in any kind of field, have different moral understanding and different ways of dealing with things that aren't usually in line with how most people conduct themselves in society. I've decided that I have no choice but to eat meat because the cost of living is raising way too not healthy. Plant-based food is expensive. Meat is cheaper and feeds us all, so I literally have no choice. Exactly. Eat meat, the government practically forcing me. You'll have the greasy burger now and again. Well, you guts to, man, you guts to. And I just think when you eat that burger, you're disposing of a dead body, and that's a good deal. Exactly. Visual lives don't sound very advertising to me. Maybe it's tasty. Some say burgers. Oops, some Yo, what up, Andrew? Man like Andrew Senedra. Yeah, we've just been talking about burgers, vegans. Speaking of plants, by the way, nobody's eating my plant. This is my still a baby. It's my my bonsai tree. It's a little baby though. Nobody's eating my bonsai. I had to kill some flies recently. Keep that away from vegans. all the way away. But how you doing, Andy? Ironic, I will work making organic plant fertilizer. Okay. So I guess you left your other job? Am I allowed to say the job? So you used to work somewhere else, right? Or do you still work there? Let me know if I'm allowed to say. I don't want to bait you out just in case you rather people know. But are you still working at the shop? That stag. Oh, is that what it's called in Canada? Stag shop. Okay. I don't know what's called a stag shop. I mean, we call them something else, but okay, we'll go with stag shop if that's what they're called. If they, yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. Now I know. So you left the stag shop to work at a organic plant fertilizer. Was that a good choice? You prefer it? You probably get less weirdos, I imagine, or maybe not. Maybe you get more weirdos in organic plant fertilizer. You might actually get more weirdos, I think, in that industry than in a stag shop. It's much better. All right, cool, cool. Ooh, this rain here, the place like mermaids, Gucci, wet like a motherfucker. Yeah, get that rain cool down. Let that rain cool down. So this vegan teacher has a section on her channel called Animal Abusers. And amongst them, she's got Sniper Wolf, Call Me Chris, Darn Man, I don't know who that is actually, Tommy Innit, and Pyrocynical, Ben Shapiro, I guess it's a series of videos she does where she highlights people who she thinks are animal abusers. And apparently Ben Shapiro is one of them. Call Me Chris is one of them. And Sniper Wolf is one of them. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. Hey, anyway. Whatever kind of diet you want to have, that's your business. Ain't for me to tell nobody what they should be doing. Don't affect me no how. Don't affect me no never mind. But yeah, boy. Wait, let's check this out. This is called the carrots and hummus wrap. You gotta check this out. Let's check this out. Let me come up to this screen actually. It's called carrot or hummus wrap. Don't all humans abuse something on the planet? Yeah, I'd say that's probably true. If you want to get all insane about it. Yeah, I think we all do things we really shouldn't be doing for one reason or another. Sometimes it's unavoidable. Sometimes we're just arseholes. But yeah, I think that's probably true. Granny doesn't let her kids or dog eat anything that isn't vegan either. That I don't agree with. I believe it should be a choice. Well, that is abusive in itself, actually, especially with the. I mean, I guess I don't know how old the kid is. I'm assuming it's a young kid. Make sure they have all the correct nutrients growing up, otherwise that could affect them badly later on in life. And animals are just not human. They need, their stomachs are not the same as ours. You know, they that's why they could eat, like, you know, raw meats and things like that, because they need that. I like that. Animals being assholes videos. I don't think this, I'm gonna guess this lady doesn't.
Hey, do you like my new carrots and hummus sweater? Carrots and hummus, they go together like meat and my carrots and hummus sweater. Carrots and hummus, they go together. Eating them while wearing it, nothing could be better. Jump, jump, freeze, jump, jump, freeze. Ooh, C is for carrots, H is for hummus. No matter what day it is, you won't wanna miss eating carrots and hummus when you're matching attire. Nothing could ever make you feel any higher. Jump, jump, freeze, jump, jump, freeze. Ooh, don't worry, don't worry. It's not a sin to dip, 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 dip it in. It will be the climax of your day. You will see whether you do it in the kitchen or on a Zamboni. Jump, jump, freeze, jump, jump, freeze. Ooh, dance to this route with your favorite hockey fans.
You know what?
Tying up your skates or sitting in the stands. Being vegan is awesome. It's healthy and it's fun. Just Google vegan.
I've got to keep it real.
Jump, jump, freeze, jump,
She raps better than most artists in the mainstream.
They go together like meat and my carrots and hummus sweater. Carrots and hummus, they go together. Eating them while wearing it, nothing could be better. Jump, jump, freeze, jump, jump, freeze. Yeah. Go vegan, everybody, for the animals, for your health.
She raps better than Eminem. She raps better than.
Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
She raps better than Ice Cube. She raps better than any whoever's in your top 5. She raps better than them.
This is actually an apology video. I just want to say I'm sorry.
Pause that for a sec. This is Call Me Chris, by the way. Apparently she's an animal abuser, according to the vegan teacher. But yeah, she raps better than whoever. Listen, you need a new top 5 list. Yeah, whoever's your number 1 favorite rapper. It's now the vegan teacher now. That's what just happened. She just obliterated every rapper. I mean, you know what? I mean, fair's fair. Like, I'd have to assume she's not a professional musician, so she's just having some fun with it. So let me not take the piss too much, because you know, at the end of the day, it's like I ain't gonna do no rap song. I'll probably do worse than that if I ever made a rap song. But you know what? Have your fun. It's all good. I like carrots. I like hummus. I don't believe I've ever tried carrots and hummus together. So, maybe, right? I don't know if I'd ever want to make a rap song about hummus though. I mean, I like what's it called? Caramelized onion hummus is really nice. And then there's also the sweet chili hummus. I like that as well, and it actually is actually pretty decent, like alternative to using like spreads and things like that. So I like hummus. You ain't gonna hear me knocking hummus. I do like hummus. I don't know if I like it enough to make a rap song about it though. That's a lot of love for hummus. And to be honest, this is probably, from what I'm understanding at least anyway, there's probably one of the least craziest videos from what I'm understanding. I think she's probably put out some far more crazy videos than that. So, you know what I mean? That's let her have her fun. Let her have her fun. Can't remember who the vegan teacher is. It Go Granny. She should team up with P and Bass. Yeah. Check out Badass Grandma Shoots AR-15. She's all about that action. So what's that, like a granny shooting a gun?
Okay, this is an 85-year-old mother of 2, grandmother of 5, and great-grandmother of 6. But why this is special is because her name is Norma Takala. She is going to shoot this AR-15 into the field. And the great thing about this is her nickname is Norma Tak.
Right, Norma?
We have 10 Norma Taks loaded up. Shoot this way.
Stop my grandma shoot, yeah, literally.
Holy crap.
Let her go.
Okay. I mean, I think you have to be like really
Back on safe.
into guns to find this sort of thing interesting, to be honest with you.
Second time in your life you've ever shot a gun. Now we have to see if she gets.
Old lady
PTSD.
shoots a gun. All right.
Like that guy.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you know, well, you know, fair play to her, but I don't know. I just feel like, yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess if you're really into guns, that sort of stuff is interesting. Otherwise, it's just an old lady shooting a gun. Like, okay. All right, you know. Old lady shoots a gun. Cool, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure what the what I'm supposed to be looking at. Apparently her name is similar to the type of bullets they were using, so I guess that's something. Alright. But hey, everybody has their hobbies. As this 100-year-old woman talks dicks to reports. If she shot a gun and drops a bomb, I may have been impressed. Boom. I think she's more like to shoot a gun and drop a different type of bomb. You know what I mean? It's probably the reason why she went back in the house. She might have dropped a different type of bomb. Like, shot 2 bullets and was like, yep, I gotta go take care of myself. On the Stack Money channel. "100-year-old woman talks dicks to report. If I shot a gun, I would drop that bomb." Well, either way, you're clearing a room, right? Either way, everybody's you're gonna have an empty room after that. So I guess win, right? You're winning either way. Okay, this is a bit shorter. Oh, you know, I think I've seen this video actually.
Right. How your dick hanging? Whoa! Let's talk about your birthday real quick. What you doing to celebrate your birthday?
Give me a piece of dick.
I know. So what does it mean to
Actually,
you
maybe I
to
haven't,
to
but still.
100?
One dick.
She wants the dick. Hey,
Come on. We'll talk about the dick later.
old people need love too, man.
What it means to you to be 100 years old.
What it mean to me be 100 years old, I can get 100 dicks.
Oh, come on, you can't put that up here.
Grandma don't
When
care.
it's nice, we'll work on you a little bit. Okay? All right. Now,
Grandma wants that dick. She don't care who knows it.
about how you feel. You're 100 years old, and you know. So don't tell them nothing about no dick.
Yeah.
None of that. None of that. Tell them about that other stuff that you know is nice.
Grandma don't care.
Okay.
The good stuff and the
Mama, when I tell you God, you blessed by God, ain't you?
Oh, yeah.
Video.
I'm glad about dick.
That's it.
You sure you don't want to give up a little more, Mom? How you feel about us?
I feel better when I get a good dick.
That's enough. Hey, she's on a mission and she's 100 and I ain't telling her nothing. I can't tell her nothing.
Hey, somebody sort Granny out, man.
How big is yours?
Grandma.
Somebody sort Granny out. She wants that. She's letting it be known. Somebody needs to sort her out. I guess Grandpa ain't around no more, and it's like maybe it's been a while. If I ever want that house to myself, I just dropped the bomb. You see, maybe I watch American Action. I did on my second channel on your homepage. Okay, yeah. So there we go. Yeah, what America? I could be one of your kids. Yeah, this is my homepage, the type of stuff that YouTube recommends me based on the things that I watch. Or I guess the things that I watch in sort of recent weeks and months. These are things that get recommended. So if you want to have an idea of the types of things that I watch, yeah, take a look at my homepage and I'll give you an idea of the type of things that I watch on YouTube. At least the types of things I've been watching in the last few months. And that's what my recommendations are based on. I'd say my recommendations are pretty accurate, actually. I think for the types of things I watch, my recommendations are pretty accurate. Not to say that everything that I get recommended I'm interested in, but, you know, I understand why it would recommend me these things is what I'm really saying. So I reckon they're pretty accurate. Stream we talk about crap in your pants. I recommend somewhere. Oh, I know that film. I've not seen it, but yeah, I know that film. I need to see that movie though. Still, Samurai Cop. That film was right up my alley. We talk about all kinds of stuff. I mean, we were talking about dicks earlier, so I guess that last video kind of fits right into what we normally talk about. What types of things we talk about on this streams. But yeah, I guess, I mean, yeah, I think our streams are, you know, I feel like we have just a good rapport because we're generally, I feel like, I mean, I guess I don't know for sure. I mean, if I'm gonna, you know, but I feel like we are, for the most part, the type of people who are very much, you know, live and let live. You know, it's not that we like this or we like that or support this or support that. It's just that, you know, I'll just live and let live. You know, I think we kind of recognize that there's things that we want to see in this world, the things that we want for ourselves in our lives. And there's things that other people want for themselves in their lives, and everybody has the right to try to seek out what's best for them in their lives without, you know, anybody just like trying to shut them down and this, that, and the other. So it's like, I feel like when we are in this environment, I mean, I know some people don't like the term safe space, but I think it is a safe space. I think this streams and these what we do is a safe space. You know, people can come and we can say stuff, and we might not always agree with each other, but you know, we could always be respectful. You know, that the fact that, okay, we might not agree with something somebody said, but we could always be respectful that that's their viewpoint and that's how they want to live, and that's fine. You know, that's fine for them. You know, we don't have to be like, you know, you can't do this, you can't say this, and blah, 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 blah. You know, we don't have to do that. We can just talk about stuff. And let's be honest, it's like, dicks are a natural part of life. You know, people have dicks. Well, not all people. Half the people in the world have dicks. Well, approximately half the people in the world have dicks. You know, and you shouldn't be ashamed of your dicks. You know, you shouldn't be ashamed of dicks. Or boobs. Or for JJs. You know. Shouldn't be ashamed of it. Shouldn't be embarrassed. I think it was all together in the real world. Okay, what was this about? I think it was all together in the real world. We would be the same as we are here. You know, I think so. You know, I mean, I feel like, you know, when you meet somebody, well, I don't know about you, but I certainly for myself anyway. You know, when I meet somebody and, you know, you don't really know them, they don't really know you, there's always that period of time where you don't know what you can or say, and you want to be yourself, but at the same time, you're not necessarily like full on when you meet somebody. At least I'm not anyway. And then over time, as you get to know people and you kind of understand where their boundaries are you kind of open up a bit more. And I think there's certain people that you kind of click with, and other people, you know, not so much. But I think once you get to that point where you're comfortable with people, where you kind of clicked and you're kind of in that kind of groove, then yeah, I think so. Well, let me just leave that one alone, because all I'm gonna say is just because more people agree with you, that doesn't mean you're right. Just because you have more people on your side, that doesn't mean you're right. It just means more people are wrong. That's all that means. That's all that means. Like I said, it just means more people are wrong. That's all that means. That's all that means. It just means more people are wrong. But you know what? You say one day I'll wake up? Well, maybe one day I will. Maybe. But I think more likely one day you're gonna be watching Die Hard and you're gonna be enjoying it, because you know it is a good movie. And then something's gonna just click. And you're going to be like, you know, wait a minute. Perhaps Haze was right all this time. Perhaps. Yeah. I think he was right all along. In fact, I'm sure of it. I'm positive. He was right all along. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. It's just a movie that features Christmas. So my religion, race, absolutely anything. Can't even disagree, and it's Die Hard that makes me think. Yeah, that's where we draw the line. Like, I don't care about your opinions on race, on religion. I don't care what you think about politics. But how dare you disagree with me on Die Hard? That's where we draw the line. Battle lines have been drawn. Check out the short clip of Will and Grace Zandra acting on the Monica channel. It's too damn funny. Alright, let's see what's the time. Alright, if it's a short clip, I'll do it, but I think is gonna have to be ended this stream soon because it's getting late. Why you gotta be beside me watching? You just even me. 27 seconds. Okay, we could do 27 seconds. Definitely Christmas. Wow. One day. One day.
Sorry I'm late. Is it over? Did I miss anything?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Welcome to Scene Study Night. If I had known 50 years ago that I would be working with young actors like these, I would have hanged myself.
Wow. Wow. Like I said before, just because you laugh at some naughty things or bad things, don't mean you want those bad things to happen. But I get it. I get it. Is funny too. And sharp. And she dressed in black. Well, great. So Eileen Brennan, beg like a gypsy in an airport.
And you go back to this brainless fart who gave you this part in the first place, and you get down on your knees. And you beg, like a gypsy in an airport, for your job back.
No.
Please, 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 please.
I used to watch Will and Grace back at actually. Well, not all the time, but I watched it quite a bit. It was a pretty funny show. I'm Jack, just Jack. I think that's what's called reflecting. But it's okay. It's okay. Everybody's welcome in these streams. Even people who think Die Hard is a Christmas movie. You're welcome too. You're all welcome. But yeah, it's almost 12. So I'm gonna start wrapping up this live stream. I should hopefully be live streaming again on Thursday evening, playing some video games, and maybe just possibly drop a video during the week, or maybe even a live stream from the car. We'll see if that can be conjured up. But if not, then yeah, hopefully this Thursday, and then next week for the next movie night. But yeah, that's gonna be all for the moment. But yeah, we watched Fair Street 2. I guess Fair Street 3 in a few weeks. And then I'll try and let you guys know which is the next film for movie night, maybe in a few days or something. But yeah, but for now, guys, she wasn't cheap. Okay, rest in peace. Okay, rest in peace, Eileen Brennan. But guys, you've been awesome as always. I appreciate you and all that you do. Thank you for keeping me company. Thank you for keeping it lively. Village is strong because you make it strong, and we're only gonna get stronger. So until whenever, if ever, peace.